Buonasera a tutti. Stasera porto questo gioco perché ho avuto problemi con The Last of Us Part 2 e quindi ho dovuto eliminarlo e e riscaricarlo perché mi diceva impossibile avviare il gioco e quindi lo continueremo domani. E quindi per stasera ho pensato di portare la, una- la prima partita di Alan Wake 2, che era il gioco che volevo portare dopo The Last of Us Part 2. E niente, iniziamo. Combattimento impegnativo, per sapere dove usare gli oggetti e dove le cose. Io direi questo. Come prima run direi di giocare a questa difficoltà. Giusto per non avere sbatti.
Back to the beginning. We all come to a story with hopes and expectations, looking for an answer. Sometimes it would be better to live with that hope without ever knowing the full story. In a horror story, there are only victims and monsters. And the trick is not to end up as either. But trapped by the genre, we are all ripped to pieces along the way. This is not the story I hoped it would be. This is not the ending I wanted. This story will eat us alive. This story is a monster. And monsters wear many faces.
Ma è nudo? Ok. Una serie muore. Già. Abbiamo avviato questo gioco perché ho avuto problemi con The Last of Us Parte 2. Cioè ho installato l'aggiornamento e poi dopo mi diceva impossibile avviare il gioco. E quindi ho dovuto eliminarlo e reinstallarlo e riscaricarlo. E quindi l'ho eliminato e riscaricato e lo continueremo domani. Tanto poi dopo quello volevo portare questo, quindi insomma.
Hey kiddo, how are you?
I'm good, Mom. How are you?
This trip might take a little longer than I thought. I'm sorry I've been gone so much lately, Logan.
Oh my god, Mom, it's not your fault people get all murdery. What happened?
Just work stuff.
Right. Well, Dad and I are just watching the latest episode of Night Springs here. Mom, it's so good.
No spoilers! I'll let you get back to the show. You were supposed to wait and watch with me. I love you both.
Lo scoprirò domani,
What
amore.
happens when you go on work trips, Mom? Love you too.
I will. Bye, kiddo.
Perché dovendo fare la live ho dovuto mettere in
Logan thinks you
pausa.
should try cheering up.
Snarky kid. Wonder where she gets that from.
Ho dovuto mettere in pausa il download perché sennò non riuscivo a fare la live.
It can't be a coincidence that another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Feels like the killer's leaving us a message.
I'm glad you're on this case with me, Anderson. It's right up your alley. You should take lead. Think of me as the backup.
Okay.
Tanto dopo della
Any
stoppata
words of advice?
avrei dovuto portare questo, quindi insomma.
Nothing that would cheer anyone up.
Cioè, Sam Lago. Va bene.
Here we are. Cauldron Lake.
Time to get to work. A deputy was supposed to be here to show us to the crime scene. There's the car, so where's the deputy?
Eaten by a bear? I'll check out that map.
Ah, noi siamo qua. Bella scena del crimine trova gli agenti, ok.
You're the one who wanted... Hey, over here. Hey there. Agent Casey,
Cosa
right?
sboccante di Golden
Sheriff
Lake.
Breaker said you'd be coming by to take over the case.
You're half right. Anderson?
Saga Anderson. I'll be leading this case. Seems you already know my partner, Alex Casey.
Shoot. Sorry about that, ma'am. I'm Deputy Mulligan. I just figured that, that,
Those damn feds gonna show up, Mulligan?
Federal agent's right here, Thornton. My partner, Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest axe in the shed.
Ma non assomiglia...
What do you mean?
No, forse
They
no.
was you? Oh, shit! They didn't hear me, did they?
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah, a couple out-of-towners. I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
Mention the city folk. It's pretty suspicious.
Not that we have anything against city folk, right, Thornton? But don't worry. Sheriff Breaker took them back to town a while ago.
What can you tell us about the crime scene?
Tell them about the heart.
I was getting to that, Thornton. Well, we reckon there are some organs that are currently outside the victim's person when they should be, well, inside.
I want to see the body. How do we get there?
Oh, sure, that's real simple. Just through the hole in the fence, down the hill towards the lake, around the old convenience store. You can't miss it. Everything's been closed since the area was fenced off. The store, the campground, all of it.
Hey, Mulligan, tell them I'm here, waiting. I'll show them around.
They got it, Thornton.
Before we get to the crime scene, there's time to review the facts of the case so far. Make sure I'm seeing the clues clearly. The Mind Place. My version of the Mind Palace technique. To sift through clues and work the case. Building the Mind Place again for each case. Using each field office as a model in my head. The facts are on the board. Everything we know about the previous murders. Worth taking another look.
Vede, le vittime avevano dei lividi, sono state legate con corde o cinghie? La vittima più recente è morta per un grave trauma toracico, combacio con la vittima del 2018? Le condizioni del corpo rendono difficile confermarlo. Il gonfiore del cadavere indica un annegamento, ma solo una vittima è stata trovata in acqua. Vittima dichiarata scomparsa nel 2010, trovata nel 2012, seppellita in una fossa poco profonda. Ma non dice niente. Leggere differenze tra gli omicidi, il gonfiore è l'unico aspetto in comune nei cadaveri, ma non è la causa di morte, trauma toracico, esposizione all'acqua post mortem. Tutte le vittime risultano scomparse nel 2010, non c'è altro in comune. Vittima trovata al Golden Lake nel 2018, alcuni organi mancanti, predatori? Lo stato del cadavere non combacia con gli 8 anni trascorsi in un lago. Vittima trovata 2 settimane fa, causa del decesso, ferita al torace, tatuaggi sul corpo illeggibili. La terza vittima era piena di tatuaggi illeggibili, un messaggio dell'assassino o la sua arte? Oltre ad essere scomparse nel 2010, le vittime non hanno nulla di evidente in comune. L'assassino è uno sportivo o un cacciatore? False. Trovare i collegamenti ci aiuterà a rintracciare l'assassino.
I see you're already hard at work, Anderson.
Internamente il gioco è composto, perciò
We're
fai
just getting
attenzione alle
started.
eventuali minacce nei
Let's head
paraggi.
down the hill to the crime scene.
Fucking nature. Gives me a headache. There's too much sky.
Hey, Casey. You putting me in charge. Why now?
Look, Anderson, you're a better detective than I am. You've cracked cases that had the rest of us baffled. I don't want to slow you down.
Are you thinking of retiring? You know what happens to cops who say this is their last case.
Mm-hmm. Real funny, Anderson.
Stairs are out. You okay to jump down?
I'm not that old.
Mirror Peak. L'imponente montagna sullo sfondo è il solo e unico Mirror Peak, l'emblematico punto di riferimento che sovrasta Cauldron Lake. Dalla posizione giusta, la sua bellezza si riflette in tutta la sua gloria sulla calma superficie del lago. Ok.
Not a bad place to get murdered.
If getting back to nature is your thing.
Damn. Should have brought an umbrella.
I like the rain. The only thing around here that feels like home.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
If they did, next coffee's on me.
Emporio.
No, still not getting it. Try explaining it one more time.
How much clearer can I make it, Mulligan? Hey!
Deputy Thornton, I take it.
That's me, at your service, ready to get this case solved. Now the body's behind the store. Come on, I'll show you. So, FBI, huh? That's so cool.
You forgot the UFO cover-ups.
What? Those are real? You guys hiring?
Thornton, he's joking.
Let's just see this body, shall we?
Now this is the scene of the crime. We found him on the table. Now we didn't touch nothing, you know, procedures and stuff.
Thanks, Deputy.
No tarp. You owe me a coffee.
Okay. Let's start by examining our guest of honor. Does this fit the MO of the previous murders? Body is positioned on the table. Ritualistic. Another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Coincidence?
Altro che è stato trovato nel bosco vicino a Bright Falls. Tempismo perfetto. Devo scoprire se è collegato agli omicidi su cui stiamo indagando. Provocare indizi sul corpo per avanzare nell'indagine.
Bruising on the wrist from the cargo straps holding him down. The killer left the heart right next to the body. Inside stab wound. Chest cut open. Heart removed.
Il cuore è stato rimosso, ma poi lasciato sul tavolo vicino al corpo. L'omicidio è stato interrotto?
Doesn't look right. Heart removed from chest, strapped by the wrists. Definitely matches the previous murders. But this time the heart and the straps were left behind. More clues to work with. This makes 4 murders that we know about.
Commesso con i casi precedenti, ma è stato interrotto. Stavolta potrei trovare qualche nuova pista.
Who is our victim? Who killed him? Need to find more clues. Large amount of blood on the table. The victim died here. Multiple people were here. Multiple killers? Someone left in a hurry. Knocked the tripod over. Was it for a camera? Someone was drinking beer. They spent time here, waiting. Wonder what's inside. I should take a look around for a way to open this thing.
Confusione? Segui i passaggi, lavati le mani, tira fuori il pollo dal frigo, fai un pisolino.
A creepy twig sculpture? I'm gonna go check something out. Be right back.
Got it.
No, ho detto lavati le mani. Ok, 2 triangoli, uno in su e in giù. Ok, 2 triangoli uniti per le punte. E qui. Ah, aspetta. Cari intrusi, voglio darvi un avvertimento. Dicono che il lago sia una caldera, qualcosa trasformato da un vulcano in eruzione, o dalle voragini create da esso. Ma se non fosse così, se fosse qualcos'altro, qualcosa di meno naturale e più artificiale, intenzionale, io dico che il lago non si è formato, ma è stato progettato e che ha uno scopo. Il lago è un nascondiglio, sotto la superficie calma c'è un macchinario segreto pronto per essere attivato alla pressione di un pulsante, e chi ha accesso al pulsante si trova in quella grossa casa vicino al lago, e si prepara, lo sento. Primo disegno, linea di galleggiamento. La vera caldera è creata da un vulcano, lava. Secondo disegno, linea di galleggiamento, struttura attrezzata, sono i macchinari. Ok.
Hey there, Mr. Deer. You remind me of a dream I had.
Mm.
But you can trust me. Well, I've been doing some deep research online, and I know how to keep confidential matters
Allora,
confidential.
non era questo.
I get that the UFO thing was a joke, but you're probably trained to joke about it, right? To deflect, hide the truth from the
No,
average
aspetta.
Anderson! Hey, let's get back to work over here, can we?
Mm. E non c'è. Scusa. Non ci sono quei due. Ah, questi. Non prendere niente se non sei uno degli alberi. Ah, vabbè. Mm. Tutto sugli UFO, la guida definitiva all'avvistamento di oggetti volanti non identificati. Lo scrivo nel caso in cui dovesse accedere di nuovo a me e me ne dimenticassi. Dovesse accadere, scusate, di nuovo. Ho di nuovo provato quella sensazione, all'improvviso, all'1:15 dopo aver finito la mia amma sotto la veranda della roulotte. Ho acceso l'auto e ho iniziato a guidare, per inseguirla. Notte stellata, la luna non era molto visibile, come previsto. Mi ha condotto oltre Bright Falls, a Cauldron Lake. Ho provato a trovare il punto giusto, l'emozione giusta, il pensiero giusto, la combinazione per allineare tutto e farlo accadere di nuovo, col terrore che accadesse. Stavolta no, con frustrazione ma anche sollievo. Ho scrutato il cielo cercando le forme, gli oggetti. Niente, ma sbattendo velocemente le palpebre mi è sembrato di aver visto l'immagine residuo di un ottaedro, e svanita in fretta. Mentre stavo per rimettermi al volante, ho sentito che qualcuno mi osservava. Qui, ma non qui. È lui. Lo so. So che mi sto avvicinando? Sono sulla pista giusta. Ho fatto bene a venire a Bright Falls. Ok.
Is that a kid's lunchbox? An Alex Casey movie lunchbox. Casey hates the endless jokes about coincidentally having the same name as a fake detective.
He hates those cheesy crime books, but he really hates the movies.
Che ne pensi del lavoro Amalia? Eroe? L'ho fatto apposta per te. Anch'io. Vabbè, io ne ho solo 3. Esegui 2 colpi alla testa di mafia dell'associazione per stavolare un nemico più lungo.
Boot prints, indicating multiple killers. Quite the
Pre-
party.
presenti più aggressori, sia narcotico, crimine personale, premeditato? Ah, questi sono per dopo. No, aspetta.
Finding a Casey movie lunchbox out here can't be a coincidence. Another message?
Non c'è altro, scusa.
Good to see you still in one piece, Anderson. Forest can be a dangerous place.
Any idea who the victim is?
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. Now, I haven't heard a word about him since. Well, until now.
Nightingale? Robert Nightingale?
Oh, yes. You probably knew him. Brothers in arms. Oh, and sisters.
So you knew our victim?
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico. Never worked any cases together. After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
So what happened to Nightingale after the Bureau let him go?
I only know the rumors. Depression led to booze, booze led to paranoia. He got some wild ideas in his head, chased ghosts until he fell off the map. Guess he ended up here.
I bet there's more to that story.
But no happy ending.
Nightingale went missing 13 years ago. 2010.
The same as all the other victims.
Certainly fits the pattern. Makes me wonder what was going on that year.
Probably something this town wants to forget.
I think that's everything. For now, at least.
Mm-hmm. Anything clicking yet?
Not sure. Need to think about it. Robert Nightingale, ex-FBI, came to Bright Falls 13 years ago.
Vediamolo questo posto, una viva fresca in attesa della nostra vittima?
They planned for the murder to happen here, passing the time with equipment ready. They were waiting for him. But why Nightingale? He's been missing for 13 years. Why here? Why now? Profiling. Get into the subject's head. See what they saw. Feel what they felt. Use whatever I know about them to guide my intuition to a revelation. Piece it together. Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake, before his murder. Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why?
Flick the switch. It goes click. Lights are off. But somebody's home. Somebody's home.
This wasn't some random act of violence. This was a ritual. And Nightingale a component. They didn't see him as a person. More like a container for something. The lake is connected to Nightingale somehow.
Casey, let's take a look down by the lake. Lead the way.
Sounds good. This way, right?
Right.
Well, okay. Well, I'll just wait here.
This one of your hunches, Anderson? Did something happen at the lake?
I think Nightingale came up from that direction. From the lake. Probably looking for shelter. Safety. They were waiting for him.
When you're ready, I'd love to hear what you put together so far.
Sure. It's not that complicated. Nightingale was out in the woods alone at night, possibly nude. The killers knew he was here, ambushed him, dragged him to the campgrounds, strapped him to the table, cut his heart out. But then they were interrupted by those witnesses, the Bookers. The job is unfinished.
That seems pretty complicated to me. What was this guy doing skinny dipping at this time of year?
Haven't figured that part out yet.
Mm-hmm. Lots of questions.
Lots of answers for us to find.
I didn't know trees got that big. Gives me the creeps.
You need to get out more. It is kind of creepy, though. There's a piece of paper on the ground. Tracks. Barefoot. Nightingales? They come out from under the boulder.
It makes no sense.
A page full of text on one side. Not a printout. Written with a typewriter. Old school. Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
Mm-hmm. Like a manuscript. Page of a story. Killer left a message.
It's for us. The text is about us. The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale. And then there was the page they found. The first step down into terrifying depths.
Reading the words. These words felt like a message. Someone knew they were here. Someone playing a game with them. An invitation. How could they not accept? Even if they knew it would end up hurting them.
Someone's been watching us.
Playing a sick game with us.
You were right. This is right up my alley.
Nightingale came this way. Either he dropped this page, or the killers left it for us. I should profile Nightingale about this page. I think he came from the lake. But his tracks make no sense.
Dopo incognite non ha senso, mi faccio le domande sbagliate? Punto morto, letteralmente.
We found a page in the woods. A story about these events. What is Nightingale's role in this?
I carry his words close to my chest now. Inside. The awful truth. You must dig it out.
Something was put inside him. In his chest. I must find out what.
Hey, you made it back. Good. I hope you didn't get stuck in any of those big puddles. Crazy flooding down there, huh? Just like I said.
Non mi fa intravedere.
Found all I can here. Time to properly examine the body. See what I can find inside. Casey, I think something's been put inside Nightingale's body. Let's tell the deputies to get the body to the town morgue.
Okay.
Deputy, I want the body taken back to town for a proper examination, ASAP.
Well, sure. But the coroner won't be back in town for another week after Deerfest.
Not a problem. I'll do it myself.
Oh, and Sheriff Breaker called to say he's got the bookers at the Oh Dear Diner in town. Oh, and I've got a key to the gate. It's a shortcut back to the parking lot just up the hill.
Thanks. Let's get the car, drive to Bright Falls, and talk to these witnesses, the bookers.
At the diner, right? I could use a cup of coffee.
Let's try that shortcut the deputy mentioned.
Sounds good.
Seems like a nice town so far. Murders aside. Pretty woods. Cute lodge we got set up in. We should go for a hike if we get a chance.
Now you're just being mean, Anderson.
Deputies aren't exactly up to the task, but hopefully the sheriff will be more helpful.
Not a surprise about the deputies. Doubt they see much stuff this gruesome.
Can't fit the clues all together yet. Heart removed, tripod, tracks leading to a dead end.
A tripod? For a camera? To record a snuff film?
Maybe. And why take out his heart just to throw it away?
To stuff in something for us to find.
Here we are. Let's drive back to town and meet the sheriff at the diner. I can't get that manuscript page out of my head. I've never seen killers reach out so directly before.
Damn impressive work so far. With your technique, these hunches were moving fast.
I wasn't sure about taking a case so far from home, but I'm thrilled to be here for this mystery. Need to swing by the lodge to get anything from the field office?
No, I'm all set.
I'll park there anyway. I want to walk to the diner, get a feel for the town. The diner's just up the waterfront. Shouldn't keep the sheriff and our witnesses waiting.
I smell coffee.
Just how much coffee have you had today, Charlie?
Don't know, don't care. How much have you had?
Not to toot my own horn, but I am pretty darn sure my... I mean our float will be the belle of the ball at this year's Deer Fest.
Dear.
Just a few more days.
You.
It's a nice looking float for Sheriff. This is my first Deer Fest, so I don't know what to expect.
Let me guess. The FBI. Welcome to Bright Falls. It's nice to have you here. I got you both some coffee. Oh, it's Washington's finest.
Nice to meet you, Sheriff. I'm set for coffee.
You know, I wouldn't say no to another.
I'm Agent Saga Anderson. This is Agent Alex Casey.
Tim Breaker. And let me just say, I'm happy you two are here. Frankly, we could use the help.
Your deputies said you had a couple of witnesses here.
They made them sound like suspects.
Mulligan and Thornton are still on about that? No, the Bookers don't strike me as the murdering type, but you can decide for yourselves. They're just inside having coffee and pie to calm their nerves.
I'll see what they have to say. Casey, you compare notes with the sheriff.
Take your time. We've looked through the case files you sent over, Sheriff. Have you had many people besides the known victims go missing?
Sure. But it's slowed down.
Excuse me. I'm Agent Saga Anderson. Are you the Bookers?
That's us. I'm Tammy, and he's Ed.
Hello, officer.
Just Saga is fine, Ed.
So, are we being charged with anything? Because if not, we'd love to get back to our hotel and decompress after what we saw. Take a bath, scream into pillows, that kind of thing.
We're not charging you. I just have a few questions. Nothing to stress about, okay? What were you doing at Cauldron Lake last night?
I'm a writer. True crime. We're here from New York, doing some research on a famous novelist, Alan Wake, who went missing here. I was down at the lake, getting some details. Perfectly legal.
So what did you see in the woods?
This naked dude came out of the lake, and he was acting crazy, shouting weird shit at us. He must have been on something.
Unless skinny dipping at dawn is a thing around here.
Then we heard shooting. We ran into these psychos in deer masks. They were tearing into the naked guy with knives, like some kind of satanic cult. And then we bolted and called the cops.
What makes you say it was a cult?
The masks and knives aren't enough.
They were shouting, "Cult of the tree, the cult of the tree, cult of the tree." Oh, and then we found her. The whole thing was terrifying. That's all.
We're dealing with an organized group of killers, not a lone serial killer.
Perché i suoi vestiti allo stesso modo che intonano una cantilena, non abbiamo a che fare con un serial killer.
The cult of the tree is behind these murders. This case just became much more complicated. I'll need to start a new file. But it's my first cult case. Exciting.
Non killer solitario, ma un gruppo organizzato, la setta dell'albero. Il caso è diventato molto più interessante. Devo aprire un nuovo fascicolo, ripartire da capo.
I need to know more about the cult of the tree if I'm going to shut them down. Doesn't look right.
Se si scoprono il volto significa che non sono abbastanza affermati da agire apertamente. Un collegamento con la festa del cervo? Qual è lo scopo? Marcare il territorio? Un avvertimento? Poco originale, sembra una roba da film dell'orrore.
These stashes could contain clues about the cult. Better keep an eye out for more. Makes sense.
Una cassa chiusa piena di scorte della setta, c'è un po' di roba utile.
The cult of the tree. What aren't the Bookers telling me?
I found their necklace. The symbol is 2 triangles.
The cult wants their spruce tree back, Tammy.
Finders keepers, Ed. My publisher will want this on the cover.
Tammy found something. A necklace belonging to one of the cultists. The Bookers were at Cauldron Lake. Why?
The fence was built to hide what's there. They say the rider fell in the lake.
Private party. No trespassing.
My book has questions. Past the bolt cutters.
They broke in for the sake of Tammy's book. Nothing to do with the murder. They were telling the truth. So you found something there, right? A necklace these cultists may have dropped.
Okay. Wow. How did you put that together?
It's evidence. You need to hand it over.
Told you not to keep that thing to me.
Thanks. This could prove to be helpful. Do me a favor. Stick around town for now in case we have any more questions.
Like we'd even dream of missing Deerfest.
Oh, God. Saga Anderson. As I live and breathe. I thought we'd never see you back here after that awful, awful thing happened to your baby girl. How are you? I'm sorry. Who are you? I don't know what you're talking about. It's me, silly. Rose. You know me.
I don't think I do. And what horrible thing happened to my baby girl?
She drowned. Your daughter. That's so weird you don't remember.
How do you know I have a daughter?
Oh, I know what this is. You're blocking out your traumatic memories. Happens on TV all the time.
No. You're mistaking me for someone else.
If you say so.
All set? My guys have Nightingale at the morgue if you're ready to go take a look.
Let's go. Well, Casey, I got a lead. Looks like we're dealing with a cult. The cult of the tree.
A murder cult. Fuck.
Have you heard of this cult of the tree, Sheriff?
Only the urban legend. If you're in the woods at night, the cult will get you. That sort of thing.
We're not gonna find out you're the Grand Wizard or something, are we?
I played some D&D back in the day. Wizard was always my favorite class.
Morning, Sheriff. Looks like you have some guests.
Morning, Ted. Yeah, real important guests. Deerfest. Always draws a crowd, right?
Too true. More the merrier. Have a good one, Sheriff.
Hey, what do you know about that waitress from the diner?
Rose? Yeah, she's a bit of a space case. Always has been. Why? What'd she do now?
She kept saying that my daughter drowned. She even knew my name. It was all very weird.
Rose has a talent for saying the weirdest thing possible. But it's best not to take it personally.
Hey, boss. Corpse is downstairs ready to go.
Yep, in the morgue, all prepped.
I'd like to take a closer look as soon as possible. Lead the way, Sheriff.
Oh, this is the Bright Falls Sheriff Station. Anything you need, just let us know.
We appreciate the support, Sheriff.
Have a nice day.
So we share a morgue with the funeral home next door. It's a shoestring budget. I guess you guys don't have that problem, though. Our only coroner rotates between a few other towns, and he's away this week, but you can handle this, right?
I'm qualified to perform.
Something about morgues. They always cheer me up.
I can't say I feel the same.
He's joking.
Già, siamo.
Okay, let's take a look at our patient. I'll start with the external inspection before performing the internal examination.
Ma gli
What
si
was
vede
the
lì.
cause of death? What other clues can the body give me? The body shows signs of being submerged in water post-mortem. It doesn't add up. There's writing on here. Can't make it out.
Writing? How'd they manage that?
This looks like text. A tattoo?
Nightingale didn't strike me as a tattoo guy. Defensive wounds. He put up a fight.
Aha.
They did leave something inside his chest. This mug always cheers me up.
Ci sono madri peggiori. Va bene.
Time to see what Nightingale's body can tell us. Huh. Nope. Chest wound is cause of death, but the corpse is bloated, waterlogged. Doesn't add up. There's definitely something in his chest. Did the killers leave it there? It's the same type of page we found at Cauldron Lake.
Nightingale hunted Saga. Didn't see her. The Taken could not see into bright light. Light hurt them, made them vulnerable. Nightingale had no heart, but here he was, killing.
Someone's created a fucked up fantasy about us.
Hey, hold on. We found these kinds of pages. I didn't think they were relevant to this case. I have them right here. No, wait.
Sheriff?
What the hell?
Show me the clicker.
He's coming. Need to be in the light. He can't see me in the light. My gun's out in the hall. Gotta get it back.
I rifugi sicuri prestano parte della tua salute. Se si devono diffondere ricovero attacchi da esso durante il combattimento, diventerà temporaneamente non disponibile.
Go! He knocked my gun out of the room. I need to find it.
Quello è Casey. È morto.
Vanished.
Ah, ok.
He didn't have a heart, but he still got up. The page predicted all of it. It helped me fight him.
He just disappeared? What the hell is going on here?
Well, I'm glad you were the one to say it. Now we can figure out a way forward. Right before things got crazy, Sheriff Breaker just vanished.
Maybe the sheriff knew more than he was letting on.
He seemed anxious, like he dreaded what was coming. One more mystery. The victim of a ritualistic murder turns into a monster. Is there a connection?
Looks to me like the cult of the tree is performing rituals to create monsters.
Maybe. We need to start with learning this cult's goal, their purpose.
There's one of the pages on the floor.
These pages are important. Breaker dropped one before he disappeared.
Saga was back at Cauldron Lake. Saga had to pursue Nightingale. Into the overlap. Finding a way in would be difficult. A ritual. Saga would learn how. Stop the monster.
Saga era tornato a Golden Lake, c'era anche lui, Nightingale, era lui, ma non lo era. Un posseduto, una creatura dell'oscurità. Era oltre la sua portata, dove un altro set strana realtà. Il luogo è buio, si fondeva con la nostra. Questo posto è il luogo buio. Un telone lanciato sulla cima che faceva annegare tutto quello che era di sotto, che era al di sotto. Un'inondazione di oscurità che penetrava in ogni cosa e la rovinava, la faceva marcire. La pagina chiamava questa zona una sovrapposizione. Saga doveva inseguire Nightingale nella sovrapposizione. Trovare il modo di entrare sarebbe stato difficile, richiedeva passi precisi, un rituale. Saga avrebbe scoperto come fare, fermare il mostro. Era il suo lavoro, prima che potesse uccidere ancora. Lo avrebbe trovato dentro, ad attenderlo. La stanza dell'autopsia era un disastro, sembrava che fosse esplosa una bomba. Nightingale diede la caccia a Saga, non la ridere sotto la luce. Percolò oltre. I posseduti non vedevano nella luce abbagliante. La luce li feriva, li rendeva vulnerabili. Premo l'interruttore, che fa click. Mostrami il clicker. Le luci sono spente, ma a casa c'è qualcuno. Ti ho portata qui a Hemingway, strega. Fuori da casa mia, urlò Nightingale. Un'onda di terrore si infranse nella mente di Saga. La tremenda verità, Nightingale non aveva un cuore nel petto, eppure era lì, per uccidere. Un mostro, il mondo aveva barcollato, aveva perso l'equilibrio, ora si introppola dall'altro lato dello specchio.
A dead man turned into a monster. Light as a way to fight him. Pages predicting the future? No rational explanation. This is the case we must solve. Keep trying.
Siamo.
Doesn't make sense. Casey's favorite brand. Tastes terrible. The page places Nightingale back at Cauldron Lake. Calls him a Taken. We need to head over there, stop him, before anyone else gets hurt.
Okay.
We heard gunshots. Y'all okay?
Did you get spooked by the bodies?
Sheriff Breaker disappeared. Nightingale turned into some sort of a monster, and there are offices down. You two handle things here. We need to get back to Cauldron Lake immediately.
Fuck me. That's terrible. We'll do what we can, man.
But that's crazy, right, Thornton? Nightingale's heart was missing. How could he do anything? He's dead.
Well, yeah, right. Well, that's all crazy talk. Monsters aren't real, and what do you mean the sheriff disappeared? Like poof? He's gone like magic? Magic's not real.
Can't open this with my bare hands.
Definitely not real.
They're a fine pair.
Take it easy.
My client has been held here long enough. Are you gonna let me speak to them or not?
Just a moment, ma'am. Someone will be right with you.
Nightingale and his cult are dangerous. We need to be prepared in case things escalate more than they already have. Can you call it in, Casey?
A smart choice, Anderson. Yeah, Agent Casey here. Yeah. We need backup. The Bright Falls case. Whoever you can spare. ASAP. Think we'll actually find Nightingale at the lake?
The pages haven't been wrong yet.
We can't assume the person writing these pages isn't playing us.
I agree. But it's our best lead.
Rinse and repeat. Clock out, get a beer. Or maybe 3.
I need to come clean, Anderson. I know why Nightingale was here 13 years ago. He was chasing a writer, Alan Wake.
Tammy mentioned him. She's writing a book on his disappearance.
You know the detective character from his books, Alex Casey.
Yeah, I've heard the jokes at the office. Cold case Casey. Murder case Casey. Sorry.
Ha. It's the same name, similar job. It's the first thing anyone thinks of. It annoyed me, but that was it. Then, 10 years ago, I started getting strange letters in the mail. Fragments of prose describing murders. You've heard the stories about what happened in New York. Some of it, at least. Bodies started to pile up. It was a murder cult. Turns out the fragments sent to me were from the crime books of Alan Wake. The cult was copycatting the murders from the books. In their heads, they were performing a ritual to bring Wake back. Their imagined prophet. After that case, I started looking into Wake's disappearance on the side.
And you thought this case might be connected to him? His name does keep popping up.
I just wanted you to have all the facts.
Next time, give them to me before we find ourselves in the middle of a horror story. The page says Nightingale's in something called an overlap. Need to figure out exactly what that means.
I'm happy I'm not in charge of this mess.
Thanks. Let's start looking for Nightingale where he was killed. The writer of these pages knows what will happen. Because they're behind this, or because they can see what's coming. Impossible things are happening here. A world operating on different rules. I need to understand this strange logic. To see the clues. To solve the case. I've been thinking more about the cult of the tree. What sort of cult refers to themselves as a cult?
In my experience, they don't.
We're not seeing the full picture yet.
Hey, hello there. How are you folks doing?
Those restricted area signs don't do a damn thing, huh?
A lot of things about this case keep bothering me. But one thing feels really off. Breaker's disappearance. I don't get the feeling Nightingale was responsible.
He was about to give you more of those pages. Something didn't want us to have them? Or was protecting him from Nightingale? Spontaneous combustion? I don't know. Not the kind of disappearance we normally solve. Our crime scene's drowning. I never minded rain. Feels like home.
No sign of Nightingale. But the page did place him at Cauldron Lake, in an overlap. So how do we follow him there?
Maybe something around here will tell us.
After we find Nightingale, what then? I've never arrested a monster.
I've watched you arrest plenty of monsters, Anderson.
You know what I mean. Monsters. Light worked against him at the morgue. That might be the only way to stop him from hurting anyone else. Monsters? Overlaps? Rituals? What do you make of all of this?
The killers are usually the ones performing the ritual, not the detective. Acting out their sick fantasy. They may be trying to get you involved, forcing you into their twisted world.
But with dead men coming alive, the word ritual starts to have more weight behind it. We need to look around. Learn what this ritual is. We've seen this symbol before.
Good eye.
Hey, Casey. What's the far's favorite shape?
Please, Anderson. Just one case without the
A triangle.
I don't get it.
Yes, you do. Hello, this is Agent Anderson and Agent Casey, FBI. We'd like to come in and ask a few questions pertaining to an investigation.
The station heads are not currently available. Access is restricted without their permission.
Nice talking to you, too. Bare feet. Nightingale. I'll see where these footprints lead. Can you comb through the crime scene one more time, KC? Just in case?
On it. If anything comes up, I'll radio you.
Qui viveva la storia di Golden Lake. Ah, attenzione, il suo spirito potrebbe ancora infestare questo luogo. Ok. Venerdì, oggi Midge mi ha detto che la sua famiglia se ne va. Cavolo, non ha ancora neanche detto che mi piace. A me che serve? Ha detto che i suoi genitori vogliono cercare dei lavori migliori e mandarlo in una scuola migliore in una grande città. Direi che ha senso. Chi vuole restare nello stupido Bradford? Domenica, gliel'ho detto, mi ha risposto grazie, vaffanculo. Lunedì, stanotte sono uscito ancora di nascosto. Sono andato alla grande casa vicino al lago, invece di guardarlo da qui come faccio sempre, invece di restare con le mani in mano come sempre, al diavolo. Comunque lì dentro succede qualcosa di strano. Voglio scoprire cosa, ci tornerò domani con l'attrezzatura migliore. Scommetto che riesco a trovare il modo di andare e fare qualche foto. Sarà epico.
A lunchbox again. Who's leaving these out here?
So che a volte qui la serie si fa difficile, ma se dovessi avere paura, ricordati che Alan veglia su di noi. Che musica inquietante. Sì, vabbè, non era proprio così che volevo aprire la porta, ma vabbè.
The tracks lead into the water. Where'd he go from here? I can feel something. A presence. Nightingale isn't far. That's not right.
Sì. Ah. Ah, no, sì.
I know Nightingale is somewhere around Cauldron Lake.
The tree was a threshold. This place and the dark place. You're in over your head. Next stop, Caldera Street Station.
The threshold. Like a doorway. Leading to Nightingale. It's somehow connected to a tree. Witch's Ladle?
Adesso no. Ma intendi l'account della Play o di YouTube? Witch Ladle non c'è alcun mistero al Golden Lake, così chiamato per la sua forma di calderone. Eppure vi sono molte storie misteriose sul lago. Quella secondo cui sarebbe un oscuro ingresso dell'oltretomba, o quella di una storia il cui calderone sarebbe il lago stesso. Secondo la leggenda, quando gli effetti di uno sceriffo locale non sono stati corrisposti, egli accusò la dama in questione di averlo stregato. La donna fu affogata, ma dal suo mestolo nacque uno strano albero, chiamato Witcher's Ladle. La donna tornò per vendicarsi. Se non era una strega prima, lo era adesso. Uccise lo sceriffo, annegandolo nel lago. Quindi gli strappò il cuore e lo chiuse in una scatola. Con il cuore lo avrebbe evocato dal lago per compiere il suo volere, o così narra la leggenda.
What is that? Seems like it's reacting to the light. These aren't the same tracks that were here before. They're headed into the tree, not out of it.
Ma quindi non è di qua che dobbiamo andare? No.
My flashlight burned the dark stuff away. It was covering another page.
The fuse was in place. Saga stepped into the witch's hut. Inside, a bright light. There were objects that stood out to Saga, as if the light had manifested them.
The witch's hut. Okay. I trust the pages to lead me to the overlap. This is the witch's hut.
Anderson, thought I saw something in the woods. Probably just a deer, but I'm gonna check it out.
Okay. I found another page. Following up on a lead. Keep checking in.
Roger.
The fuse box is missing a fuse. I need to find one to turn on the lights. The page described the hut being lit and mentioned a fuse.
Presumo che il fusibile non si trovi qua. Da dove veniamo? No. Lunedì 3-9, qualche attività sospetta rilevata alla sentinella è sembrato di vedere dei movimenti tra i cespugli. C'erano delle impronte in zona, ma alcune sono state compromesse dalla sentinella. Nota per me stesso, addestrare la sentinella. Martedì 4-9, niente da segnalare, qualche animale, normale. Mercoledì 5-9, cacciatori in giro dopo il tramonto. Bracconieri? Ho sentito qualche sparo. Non ero uno dei nostri, meglio tenere d'occhio questa gente. Non si rende conto del guaio in cui si sta cacciando. Dimmi. Cosa sto possibile? Noi veniamo da qua. Sta di no. Ah. Siamo finiti, scusa. Ah, di qua.
This fuse is busted. This one looks good. People should really stop littering, though. Another page. Making progress.
The image of the witch in the sign. Saga addressed the witch. The smudged line on the heart. The second part recited from memory. I brought you the heart, witch. Show me the terror. Saga pushed the heart through the hole in the sign.
Yup. Already got the answers to these.
Accendendo ponete protezione e tieni gli occhi aperti per altri posti come questo.
The page from the witch's hut seems to be describing some kind of ritual.
To get into the overlap, I need to find Nightingale's heart. Read the line imprinted on it, plus the line on the page to the witch's ladle sign. Then push the heart through the hole in the sign.
Nightingale's heart disappeared from the morgue. Where is it now?
was risen, Nightingale was there. The opposite of sunspots. Who said that?
That's not it. I don't have what I need to find Nightingale's heart. There must be more. Nightingale's heart. Where is it?
While they played cards in the general store, the witch had stolen his heart. Get out of my house.
Nightingale's heart is at the general store, in a fridge. I need to check the general store for the heart. Casey! I'm headed to the general store. I think I know how to get into the overlap.
Roger that. I followed some ATV tracks in the woods and got a bit turned around.
Did you get lost?
I've only been lost once in my life, Anderson. The years I spent with my ex-wife. I'll find my way back, don't you worry about it.
Bene, direi di salutarci qui per stasera. Come sempre ci vediamo nei commenti. Grazie a tutti per aver guardato la live e alla prossima. Buonanotte a tutti. Ciao. Prego, mo. Amore, ti amo tantissimo di bene anch'io, tantissimi baci di coccole a te. Ti voglio bene.